Hi beauties, welcome into Makeup Monday. I'm your host, Courtney Cason. Thanks for joining us. We're on my Facebook page. I almost said that in a French accent. We are on my Facebook page. More on that in just a moment from where that came from. But we're on my Facebook page, which is Courtney Cason QVC. You might be following along on QVC or Beauty IQ, which I am happy to announce is back this week and better than ever. We start our live programming hours beginning at 8 p.m. My beauty bestie, Elise Ivy, is going to be kicking those off, so I hope that you will stay tuned. Today we are so excited because we have a bunch of new stuff from Tarte, and if you're wondering, like if you're looking at your watch and you're like, she is always so late. There was great reason today. Sometimes we're just late because we get caught up chit-chatting and we're visiting and we're like, oh my gosh, it's 4 o'clock, we've got to start Makeup Monday. But today I just want to show you something so special that when I say this just in, it just got loaded on QVC.com because we begged, we pleaded, we cried, we asked for it with a cherry on top. It is the Tardis. I say Tardis.
I say Tardis like artist, but
Tardis, like, but I think that's right.
Oh.
Or I also like, speaking of being French, Tardis. It is their new Pro Remix palette, and look how gorgeous this is. So just so you know, this was not available 20 minutes ago, and me, CC, and the other CC. Wait, no, that sounds like there's 3 CCs. Me,
you,
and CC. We got it on QVC.com, so it's brand new. It wasn't supposed to launch until February, so you're gonna get its first peek today with a lot of great beauty products. And so, how Makeup Monday works is we have some fabulous girls and guys, Sean's behind the camera, who are hanging out with us. So if you wanna ask a question, ask it on the QVC Facebook page where you see us streaming. You can say hi, tell us where you're from, we'll give you a shout out. But today it's all about Tarte, so I hope that you'll hang out with us, and I guess, shall we begin? We shall. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Tardis, as Cece likes to say it, the new palette. I can't get over it. It looks like a bunch of crushed gemstones, and I am fully obsessed. So I guess I want to, like, should I do my makeup to, like, match my outfit, or should I just go?
Yeah, let's, like, channel the newness.
The new.
IQ
Yeah, okay.
tonight.
All right, we will do this. Yeah, we'll do a very refreshing look. This will be possible. And you know what, it's funny, like when I think of refreshing, I look at this palette and my first thought is like, ooh, this is my date night palette, this is my going out palette, but I think it kind of would be fun to do something that's like really refreshing and glowy with this so that you can see that you can get like a daytime and casual look with it as well. All right, so I'm going to start with Wall Art. That's the color that you see right here. And it's a bit of a neutral. It's got like a little bit of a orangey undertone, so I'm going to kind of do that just to kind of warm up my complexion. And by the way, the mirror on this is just absolutely fabulous. So I'm going to start in the center, just right here. And I overblend right here just so I don't have to worry about like getting these crazy like stark lines underneath my brows. So I just keep blending until you can't see the line of demarcation. And by the way, if you want to shop this palette right now, I forgot to mention anything that you see in today's Makeup Monday, you just click on the link and that'll take you to our Makeup Monday landing page where all of these products should be at the top.
Or they can search Makeup Monday on QVC.
Ooh, great point, CC. QVC.com, search bar, Makeup Monday. It's my favorite place, but I'm biased. All right, so just a little blend. All right, so from here, I think I want to go, I think I'm gonna do splatter. So this is this really cute, like silvery taupe color, and then put that all over my lids.
So Susan says, hi dear Courtney, I am so glad you and Elise are back tonight.
We are back and better than ever. I won't be on Beauty IQ all this week because I'm doing lots of fun digital things for you guys, but I will be back next week, and you can always find me on Facebook. But I am happy Beauty IQ is back. I was happy to see Cook because I was like, oh my gosh, they're my friends David and Mary. Love those guys. But then you're like, okay, back to me. I needs to work on my face. Like, now that my belly is full, let's address this breakout that I'm having. What do you have, PTR, IT Cosmetics, that can help fix all of this? All right, so still blending. And I will say, this has got phenomenal color payoff. I'm really loving how easy it is to blend, but I also love that this is very buildable, because with a palette like this, you might think like, ooh, are those colors a little stark? Are they too much? But I like that you can build with these, which is great. So you can take the craziest color in the entire palette, like this fun purple. Maybe we'll work that in some way, somehow. And you can kind of lighten it up a little bit. All right, I'm gonna take the brush that's included with it, by the way. Or actually, I don't think the brush is included. This is just a Tarte brush. It is in the Rainforest palette.
Yes. Yep, it's in there.
Wait, we get a brush?
Yeah. Under 50.
Oh my gosh. All right, so I would just like to say this again, because very few times, like, I mean, this was like a total, we're in the fourth quarter, we have 2 minutes to go. Can we get the palette online? And we did!
Yes.
So special thank you to our friends in e-commerce that hooked this up. You weren't supposed to
And
see it till
merchant
February.
planning.
And merchant planning. We love you. Thank you for answering our 50 emails. We appreciate it. Yeah.
The gin carrier.
The general stalking. It's like, I hear you breathing. What about the Tarte palette? I know you're in there.
Literally what kind of happened just now.
But you know what? That's so hard in a building like this, because especially when you see something that you really like, all of us are like, okay, but when does that come out? Right, but is it going to be in the QVC store? When is it going to be online? Like, could you give me an exact time? So you're getting it first and better than ever. All right, I'm going to take this next color, which is Spin. And I don't think I've ever mixed copper and silvery taupe together, but I'm gonna just put this like in my crease and see what happens. If it's terrible, guess what, friends? We have Purity Made Simple makeup wipes and it'll be gone. Like it never happened. And that's what I like about makeup. You can try it out, you can hope for the best. Sometimes it works, and sometimes you're like, I'm gonna need to wash my face. I don't look right.
So Callie Frazier, she's tuning in on QVC's page from Lancaster, Ohio, and she goes, oh my God, I need that. Ah.
Yes, you do. Correct, you do. You will love it. Okay, so I've decided, game time decision, I'm only putting this in my crease. I was gonna go to the corner of my lid, but I don't think that's for me. One of my like greatest friends, she lives in London. She has a great saying, like when she doesn't like it, she's like, it's for others, not for myself.
Others.
Yeah, it's for others, not for me. Okay, so where do I want to go next? Let's see, where are we going?
Kimberly
What do we
said
do?
the last thing I need is another eyeshadow palette, but I need this one.
That's from Kimberly.
Yes.
Okay, girl, you and me both. My super judgy husband, AG, who I love to the moon and back, literally had the audacity to critique my glam box the other day. He was like, you have a whole bin of eyeshadow? And he was like, do you actually use all of that? And I was like, yes, I use every single color every single day. And he just laughed. Like, I think he believed it.
Oh my gosh, everyone on Beauty IQ is freaking out. They want to know if Beauty IQ is back.
Beauty IQ is back, and dare I say it's gonna be better than ever. And here's the cool thing about our channel, right? Like we're 24 hours a day when it comes to beauty. And quite frankly, like all of us were so excited to be able to, we didn't have the week off. I mean, we were in the building and doing fun stuff, but it's really exciting when we get to see our friends like David and Mary and Stacy take over our channel, even if it was for a week at a time, because one, not only do we get to give you incredible content that you guys are going to get to see on our channel, but also on our social platforms. It's one of those things where you're like, okay, yeah, like I love beauty and I've got to eat. So here's a week of great food and great kitchen ideas. And so we hope you liked it. I know that I did. Okay, this color purple is amazing.
Anne Motley wants to know if it has fallout.
Fallout?
Fallout. The shadow palette.
I don't think so. I mean, if you see the darkness under my eyes, that's just my eyes. It's not the palette. So just like the record to state for that. I don't see any fallout. And that's one of the great things about Tarte's palettes is usually when the pigments are poured, they have really, really fine pigments. So it's kind of hard to get a lot of fallout. But I love being able to do this live for you because you'll see if it works or if it doesn't, or if it falls out or it doesn't.
So since I'm the only guy in the room, what is exactly is fallout?
Well, we have our first question.
First question.
Of Makeup Monday. It comes to you from our incredible guy behind the camera, Sean. He asked, what is fallout? So fallout would be, Sean, if I was putting on shadow and I had purple right here, and if it like fell down on my cheek from my eye, from just the movement of the brush. So a lot of times, there's no right or wrong way to do your makeup, but a lot of the reason that people start off doing their eyes first is in case that they have fallout, they can just grab a makeup wipe or another brush and kind of make it a clean slate, versus if they do their foundation first, then it gets streaky with pigments.
Makes sense.
Yeah, see, now you know. Go home and ask Carrie if she knows what fallout
I'm
is.
sure she does.
She probably does. She is a beauty.
They want to know your shirt and your necklace.
Okay, so my necklace is from Target. Kid you not, I got it in Knoxville, Tennessee, and it was 99 cents. It was the day before Christmas because Aaron Graves only ad hoc
Amazing.
gifts. Like when we're gonna see you, so that's when he does his shopping, and I was like, I'm gonna get a little something for myself. So this I think is like universal thread, and then my shirt is Ted Baker. So I hope you like it. Okay, this purple color is everything. All right, I'm just gonna do a little dab just here in the corners of the moonlit, right there. Yay.
And Anne replied to your comment before. She says, thanks, and you don't have dark circles. You're just flawless.
Oh, God bless you. That is very sweet. Very, very sweet indeed. All right, so I'm just taking this moonlit cover. I mean, oh my gosh, look at the way that that is like just brightened up my eye. It's like, yes, she's awake. I
So
love
pretty.
that. All right, and then I'm gonna take this mixed media and, oh, sorry, Sean, I gotta figure out this way. There we go. There we go. There's a big old mirror in the way. I'm gonna just take this mixed media color that you see, and I'm gonna put that underneath my brows and then kind of blend everything in. And if you're just joining and you're like, how is this girl hosting Makeup Monday? She looks like crazy with just eyeshadow on. We're building a whole face, so stay with us. You can ask questions on Facebook, but just ask them if you're watching on QVC's Facebook page. That way we can give you a shout out and say, hey. All right. That. And the other thing that I will tell you is a lot of times people skip this step of taking the lighter color shadow underneath their brows. If you want a more sculpted brow appearance, this is a really easy way to sculpt your brows underneath, because that natural lighter color just kind of gives the appearance that the brows are lifted, which we love and we need. All right, so I'm just gonna touch this up very lightly and do a little more blending.
And when you get a minute, sorry if you already answered, but Claudette
Yes.
wants to know if they're all shimmer colors, and then they also wanted to know if you can kind of like go through the colors.
I will be happy to go through this treasure trove of colors. It's been so hard not to put all of these on my face. So as soon as I figure out how to do that, I will stop. But that's my problem. I mean, there's, let's see, 16 shadows, and then there's 4 additional ones that like are really like shimmery. So take a look. All of these, like there are a few matte ones. Like there's 1, 2. Sorry, Sean. Clearly you can tell that I prefer things on my left side. It is very hard on my right side. Okay, so this is a matte, this is a matte, and this is a matte. And by the way, Tarte's liners can be used wet or dry, or excuse me, shadows can be used wet or dry. So these will be like your classic colors. And then all the rest of these, they don't have shimmer, but they are illuminating colors. And so I don't want you to think by using these, you're gonna get crazy chunks of glitter on your eye. You are not. But the best piece of advice I can give you, even if you're watching right now and you're 98, use eyeshadow that has some kind of glimmer in it, because if you have textural issues on your lids, you have crepiness, that light reflects off all of that texture, meaning people can't see it who look at you. So if you're like, ooh, my eyes are crepey, I don't know what to do, use a lighter shimmery shadow, and that hides the crepey texture. So I hope that was helpful. All right, last but not least, I think I'm gonna take this color Sway, and that's just like a little pinky color. I'm gonna put it in the center of my eyes over the taupey gray. Just because it's so pretty and I can't stop. Do any of you have that problem with the palette that you get home and you're like, ooh, 20 new colors. I should use them all.
Let's see, I think on Beauty IQ.
Okay, so I think my eyes are done.
Ooh.
I'm going to come back in line underneath, and I'm going to do like a really fun color that was on the side, so more on that in just a moment. I think now what we should do is probably foundation. I'm going to go for the light medium honey because I'm on a self-tanner break, which is especially depressing, and I think this is my actual shade.
Still a great shade.
Thanks. Thanks so much. Best-selling foundation for Tarte of all time. 1 million of the Amazonian clay foundations, more than 1 million actually, have been spoken for. It's got SPF in it, and if you're somebody that's like, okay, I'm fine putting on foundation, but I don't want to use the setting powder or anything like that, this is a great one for you. And you'll see why just on the difference of like half of my skin. I put this one on the back of my hand just so it warms it up because it's a little bit of a thicker texture, and so that natural warmth from my hand helps thin it. Are you kidding me? Look what I just did. Foundation in my hair. Rude. Okay, here we go. And by the way, the brush comes with it.
Best brush ever.
It really is the best brush ever. And you know, it's funny, I've been using this brush almost for 9 years. They've never discontinued it, and I think with all the different challenges that I've had over the years with my skin, as everybody does, this brush has always just made the most flawless application, whether I've had like a huge breakout, what have you. It just doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't cake it. Like, look how much better that looks.
It's so
just,
like,
it's
I don't
like,
know
this
the
is
word for it. What is the word?
Phantom of the Opera. That is the word. That is the phrase. Like, it's like, look how red my skin is. Like, and people don't, like, a lot of times when I talk about my skin, I don't want you to think that like because it's naturally pink or it's red that like feel bad for me. Like, I deal with it every day. But like, look how much more pink and splotchy this side looks versus just using this foundation that's evened everything out, and yet in person it's not heavy. It doesn't look like you're caked full of makeup, and that's always been my favorite part about this foundation. And it's so creamy. It's delightful.
It really matches your skin tone.
Sean, thanks.
Oh, Sean.
What a great. I have got to like not put my hand in my hair. God. Be like, you have a bad highlight. No, that's actually just Amazonian clay in my hair.
So Cynthia, she's on Beauty IQ. She says,
Hi.
I always do my eyes first, just like you, because if follow, well, she didn't say just like you, I added that in there. Because if fallout happens, I clean my face and then continue with the rest of my makeup routine, which at her age is no easy task, LOL. And I said, that's exactly what Courtney does.
Yes,
The eyes
it's
first.
Yeah, and I think that like honestly, like if you're at home and you know like a palette doesn't have fallout, I actually go in reverse. So like now that I know that this doesn't have fallout, I would actually build my face because sometimes I feel like that's an insurance policy that you won't overdo it. Like sometimes I overdo my eye and I can't get the rest of my face to catch up. It is a personal problem. I'm working on it, but it's just, you know, it happens. All right, I'm gonna take, we have light honey, and if you go to qvc.com/makeupmonday, there's tons of shades from Amazonian clay. I think there at one time was like close to like 15 or 20 of them in there, maybe even more. I'm gonna take their sponge for Shape Tape. It doubles in size, and it doesn't matter, by the way, if you use hot or cold water. But just use water because it doesn't set. Let me grab a towel.
Also, side note, Lydia just said, oh my God, that foundation, I'm ordering it. I have redness and need coverage.
Oh my gosh.
You're a gorgeous girl.
Yay, thanks Lydia. I hope you love it. And truly, like in a world where everybody's like setting their face with like a setting powder and a setting mist, it's really nice to just find a foundation that's not a powder, that mimics real life skin and is not too shiny and whatnot.
And you get a great compliment from Sean behind the camera.
Yeah. I mean, Sean noticed.
It really looked good. It really matched your skin tone.
Sean, I really appreciate it.
You are welcome.
You know, and that's the other thing that I'd like to say if you're just tuning in for the first time, even though I work for QVC and Beauty IQ, it makes me so happy that we have free exchanges, because any other time that you buy like a foundation a foundation anywhere else, It's 100%. Oh, I don't need it.
Are
It's
you
yeah,
ready?
random shade. Yeah. It's 100% yours once you buy it. And if it's like off a shade, or you're like, well, that's the shade I would have been in summer, like you have to spend all of that money to get another one, and you can just send it back to us, and we'll send you the right shade.
Bev actually wants to know what's the name of the foundation color that you're using.
Ooh, light medium honey is me. And by the way, I feel like this side of the sponge, this like completely flat, wonderful side, is like the lazy girl's guide to blending.
Yes.
Like you can just be doing other things. Because sometimes I watch Instagram videos, and I mean, for the better part of 15 seconds, they're in the same spot, and I'm like, no, like I can't. Looks amazing, but I don't have the time to do that. Whereas this side, I just blend it in everywhere. And by the way, the Tarte girls will tell you that you absolutely need a wet sponge to set the Shape Tape concealer, since it's a water-based concealer. If you have a problem with your under eyes running and like your mascara, something that we do in the QVC salon, and this is courtesy of Jordan, he's one of our very talented hair and makeup artists, he will, on a full face of makeup, wait for the last step to put the concealer on over the powder or foundation with a dry brush. And for some reason, that helps, like, so underneath our eyes, our mascara doesn't run in all of those hot lights. Yeah. So I don't think you always have to set it with a wet sponge, but that was the way that they designed it for you to use.
Tips and tricks.
With your girl.
That's what I wrote in the copy. See what's new, learn tips and tricks.
Yes. Yes. We always, and you know what? Like sometimes we don't have any like tips. Sometimes we're all just trying it out for the first time and quite frankly, hoping for the best. Okay, so that was the concealer. And in the concealer, I used the medium shade, which I feel like this is a great point to show you guys. I chose the medium shade because if you want to put highlighter on underneath, I sometimes feel like with my skin, if I do a shade lighter in my concealer, it looks a little ghosty. Like it's too white or it's too brash. If I stay true to my shade in my concealer, I can then take my highlighter and put it underneath, and it's more of a natural highlight. So I'm going to do that now, not having ever used this palette before, and hope that it matches what I said.
That is also new.
Okay, so this is also new. You were getting the first look. It wasn't supposed to launch again until what, February 1st?
Yes.
Yeah, so we have it. Woohoo! Which I think is really exciting. And so it's a combination of blushes, highlighters, and bronzers. But I will say this shade right here, this is one that gets me every time. And every palette that has a blush or a bronzer has this shade of wine shimmery color that I'm like, is that a cheek color? Is that a bronzer color? It's got a red undertone. Is it meant to make you look like you've been like slightly burnt by the sun? Like, which is an awesome look. I live for that look. I look like I have a rash when I'm slightly burnt by the sun, but like some people it looks really good. It's like a fresh baked. I'm gonna start, this actually comes with the brush, and always use an angled brush with your highlighter and your blush. I just feel like it's fail proof. Whereas if like you get a really fluffy brush and you're like, oh, that's where the cheekbones can get out of control. And I have out of control cheek problems all the time. I overdo my blush all the time, but that's neither here. Oh, look at that. So pretty. So I'm just sweeping it under my eyes. I actually like my highlighter underneath my eyes and above. And I feel like when you sweep it under, it kind of just gives you a nice point to be like, oh, I got it. And if you're looking at this and you can kind of see the line of my brush, that's okay. Because what I'm gonna do is take my brush with the foundation and just kind of softly blend that in so you can't see it as much.
I'm gonna paste the link and item number below too, for this specifically.
Ooh, okay, so if you love this and you're like, girl, I don't have time to go to QVC.com, Cece, she's over there, she's gonna post the link in the chat, which is even better. So I'm gonna do the other eye. Just right here. And remember, that's okay if you have like that line from the brush, you'll go back later and get it from your foundation. Just like so. So you have some good cheekbones. And so now I'm gonna take the bronzer, which is here. I'm just gonna dust on my forehead. Just like so. Do a little cheekbone. All right, I'm just gonna warm up my neck a little bit because I am very tired of being pale. I can't wait till it's self-tanner season and we have all the brands here.
I know.
It's gonna just be so happy. All
I'm
right.
like ready for it. Like,
I mean, look how much
spring,
healthier I
summer.
look. I walked in here a ghost and now it's like, have you been somewhere? Yes. All right, so I'm gonna try to use all 3 shades of this. Because again, there's 3 blushes in there, there's 2 bronzers and a highlighter, so I think I'm gonna start here and see what that looks like, because that kind of looks like the closest shade to my eye combo that I did. Ooh, love.
Heather on Beauty IQ wants to know if the foundation that you just used was okay for dry skin. She's
Yes.
been wanting to try it, but she's dry and
Oh
aging.
my gosh. Okay, yes, Heather.
Yes,
Heather, great question. Amazonian clay has so many minerals and like antioxidants in it. It's great for skin balancing. It's also got 12-hour wear, and it is so creamy and so smooth that if you use it in conjunction with your moisturizer, it is perfect for dry skin. It'll actually give you back that, I'm not gonna say dewy because I don't want you to think shiny, but almost that natural luster back to your skin that sometimes when you have dry skin, you're like, when did that walk off my face? How long has this been going on? So I hope you love it. All right. Ooh, I just love this. All right, so I'm gonna blend all of this in. If you're like, girl, you got too much going on. So because I always wear too much blush, I always take my foundation brush over my skin after I've done blush and bronzer just to blend everything in, because I go 0 to 60 in a minute flat. That is up to you. If you apply them responsibly, you don't have to do that, but I just like to make sure everything's even and blends in together and looks good. Perfect. Okay. Now we should talk about brows. Before I do that. So these are called Double Duty Beauty. And so this is the Busy Girl's Guide to Brows. Now I will say this, if you are somebody that doesn't have brows, meaning you don't have hair, you may not want to use this because you are not going to get those fine strokes like you would with a pencil or a brush that can create those hair-like textures. This is really good that if you just want to sweep this color over your existing brows, they have little fibers and they thicken them up. I feel like I don't breathe when I do my brows.
I don't. I definitely don't.
I don't know if it's, I'm like worried I don't know how they're gonna come out. You know, so
Or-
it's like,
When I'm taking photos, like when you take like a selfie or like a group photo.
do you know what I think it is? I think I feel skinnier if I hold my breath. Like, can I just pull my tummy in after that massive meal that we just all had together and be like, like that.
Well, we have a question from Susan who's tuning in on QVC.
Hi.
Susan says, "Hi, Courtney. Greetings from Southern Camarillo. Camarillo. Speaking of self-tanner season, what is your go-to self-tanner?"
Okay.
Ooh, good question.
So actually, I'm so glad that you asked this because I have Courtney here and she is our social strategist, and I've been like meaning to see if anybody would be interested in this. I think I'm gonna make my own self-tanner.
Do it.
I found a recipe for it, and I'm not gonna say it doesn't sound as hard as I think. I mean, I could fully come back in and Oompa Loompa. By the way, look at the difference of brows. Ah.
Yeah. That's good.
Love this. So it's great to build on your existing brow hair. So you can see I kind of just doubled the thickness of mine, and it looks like I got a brow lift, which I
Looks
am
really
not
good.
upset about that. So back to this making your own self-tanner. Apparently, you take like your own lotion base, and then you mix it with like black tea concentrate and then organic chocolate powder. And you can like adjust the color from there, which makes sense because like a lot of the self-tanners that I like are coffee based. That's another way that you can do it. And then I guess having the chocolate powder in there,
Like the cocoa, yeah.
you can kind of adjust the color. So I'm gonna try it. And then I thought like what goes well with chocolate so that I didn't smell like a chocolate bar.
Peanut butter.
Yeah,
Milk?
great milk, but I was thinking like essential oils, like I could do like orange or like a bergamot.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be so chocolatey.
All right.
I was thinking of doing a video about that
Oh my god.
and like hoping for the best.
How fun.
You're like, This is why you only buy.
Do it.
Yeah, here's the great thing that's going to come out of it. One, you get a
Do
really
poll.
self-tanner.
Would you like to see
Yes.
it? Okay.
Would you like to see me make my own self-tanner? That will be our poll. Because here's the thing. Like, the good news is you'll either have a recipe to make it if you get in a jam. It might be a little time consuming, you know, but you'll at least have that at your disposal. Or B, you're like, I am so glad that QVC has self-tanner that I can buy, so I don't have to do this myself.
Would you want to watch Courtney create a self-tanner tutorial video? Sort of.
Yeah, just, you know, using my KitchenAid, getting in there, mixing something that smells like dessert, but it's gonna tan my body. Okay, sorry, it's brow time. I have to be quiet. Okay.
So I've just launched the poll.
Yeah, overwhelming response.
No. The question is, would you want Courtney, hold on, it's like Courtney to make her own self-tanner and film it? Yes, please, or I'm a little scared.
Yeah, I'm a little scared and concerned for you. I'm a little scared and concerned for myself.
So we just launched it, so we...
Oh no, I made a mistake.
Oh no.
But this is okay. This is why you watch Makeup Monday. This is why I can't be trusted to do my own brows while talking. I'm showing off. I thought, oh, all right, so I'm gonna take this. Just go right there. All right, and then I'm gonna take my foundation brush and just kind of blend that in right there. There, she fixed. All better. Okay, so let me finish with my brows. Yeah, like I mean, I don't know. It can't be bad. Like, too many people seemed excited about it.
92% yes, please.
Okay, I'll do it this week.
Yeah, if it doesn't turn out well, you don't
I just
have
won't come to
Why
work.
not?
Don't come to work, call out.
I'll be like, I have hay fever. Look at my face.
I learned from the wedding planner that lemon and something you mix and you...
Lemon is really good
Yeah.
if you make a mistake, but honestly, if you wake up in the morning and you have crazy palms, if you just get a scrub daddy,
Ooh.
that works just as well. I mean, you know, maybe it's a little harsher on your skin. I don't know, but I think you'll be okay. That's what I use when I make a mistake. Courtney, thank you. I dropped my brush. Okay, I'm just gonna fix this really quickly and we're gonna move on to liner. Okay, perfect. Okay, so liner is Man-Eater and it's self-sharpening, which if you ever get a liner home and you're like, sweet, how am I gonna sharpen this? This makes no sense. Hold on, I have a random hair. So staticky today. This has a self-sharpening, self-sharpener in the actual cap. Thank you. Whatever that's called. So all you do is twist and untwist, and that sharpens it to a perfect new point.
Mm.
Yeah, kind of great, right?
Mhm.
All right, so I'm just gonna do a very light look and then just kind of smoke this out. I'm gonna tight line in the lashes.
Ooh, we have a very excited comment
Okay,
about
let's
the
have it.
self-tanner. Chastity says she's tuning in on Beauty IQ's Facebook. She says, I am totally into this self-tanner video how-to. Courtney, if this ends up being a go, please post notices on Instagram so she can be sure to tune in. She doesn't want to miss it.
Oh, absolutely. I'll do it this week. I'm a little slow when it comes to editing. It takes me about 5 hours per 1 minute video, but I'll get it up.
And then you have to send it to me because then I need to
Oh,
post it.
perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm either gonna put it in my KitchenAid or my Vitamix to mix it.
Okay. Sure.
We'll
I
see
don't
how it
know.
goes. Maybe I'll put it in both.
Are they both blenders or are they one of the
So-
two processors?
Like the KitchenAid is like that big bowl that has like the like what you would mix
Oh, the
cake
mixer,
batter
the
in.
mixer,
Yeah. So I don't on it like I kind of wonder if the Vitamix, because it's got so much horsepower in there, would like liquefy the lotion or like break
That's true.
it up because of the speed. So I'm thinking I'll maybe try the KitchenAid mixer. I got to do a lot more research.
Elizabeth says use the mixer.
Okay, thank you for that, Elizabeth.
Lisa says yes, make the self-tanner. And then Beverly says, Courtney, if you haven't yet tried Saint Tropez Dark, it is life.
So I do enjoy Saint Tropez. I also really enjoy Mind Tan, but all of this, like why I'm taking a break from self-tanner, and maybe this means I have a problem. You are welcome to comment on it and give me an intervention. I felt like I was using self-tanner and I couldn't see the difference anymore. Maybe I'd worn it too long, but I just felt like the wear on me, like I wasn't feeling bronze, but I wasn't like pale either, but it wasn't like a standout color. So I think my skin just needed a break.
Yeah.
And it's all really good for you. Like it's kind of like when you paint your nails. Like sometimes your skin just needs a break, but I wasn't getting the same love that I used to with it. But then it's like when I pick right back up, it's like, oh wow, I love this. I will say, one of the ones I really like that's on beautyiq.com is the Mind Tan coffee and some kind of weird fruit that sounds like guava, but it's not. Self-tanner, it's really nice and really drying. It won't get on your clothes. All right, I got to wrap this up. You guys are like, I got to leave for work. Okay. No, on Facebook, you're like, I got to get out of the office. All right, so I'm going to use the Man Eater for my first coat, and I like this because this has really tiny bristles, which means if you have very tiny sparse lashes, it grabs every single one of them. And then I'm gonna layer with Lights Camera Lashes, which was the first ever mascara to do clinicals on their mascara that increased your average volume for length 323%.
Whoa.
Yeah, which is why I'm using it on my second coat. All right, my hair is all over the place today. I shouldn't complain, I have extensions, I did this to myself. Okay. All right, so this is my base coat, Viola. And I don't put a lot of this on because the goal is just to get it on there and almost let it set for a second before you do your second coat. Because if you've heard me say on Makeup Monday, quite often I don't ever wear the same coat of mascara twice. I always do a different first coat versus second coat. Just think it's good to build. And I don't think your lashes plateau. This is a super fluffy wand, and so this is also about increasing the volume around every single lash so they look a little bit thicker. And this is really nice because especially if you have sparse lashes, the thickness from the formula kind of fills in that lash line so it looks like you have falsies. I also don't think I can do my mascara without my mouth being open.
It happens. We all do it.
I know, I just think something feels off balance. Okay, all done. Wait, oh, I gotta put on lipstick. Should I go bright or nude?
Right. Let's go nude since you're...
Nude?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we'll do a nude. All right, so I will do this color. It comes in a set. This is Rosy View. And by the way, how cute is the packaging?
I know.
Little lady glasses. Little lady glasses who reads very important documents.
So 90% yes, please, on the self-tanner.
Okay, I'll do it. Ooh, this like looks like a gloss, but it's lipstick.
Ooh. And before you end, just remind everyone where they can find all the products that you used.
Ooh, all right, I gotta fix my hair. It's just not a good hair day for me today, ladies and gentleman. Okay, gentleman behind the camera. All right, so here's the scoop. We started late today because we were waiting for something to be priced on QVC.com, and it is the new Pro Remix palette from Tarte, and it's absolutely pretty. I think I used 8 colors today. You don't have to use 8, you can just use 2, or you can use all 20. Most of them have a beautiful glimmer base. They're really satiny. They've got light reflective pigments in it, which means if you have crepiness on your lids, it's really great because it kind of masks that texture, but it also gives you the appearance of a more awake eye, which we all need and love. And so I used the purple, I used this beautiful rosy color, this taupey silver color. I even used a little inspiration and then spin. So I mean, that's like 6 colors right there. You do you on that, but bottom line is this is brand new. It wasn't supposed to be launched until February, and we kicked and screamed so you could see it. You can click on the link that you see on Facebook or search qvc.com Makeup Monday, and it is in there, which we're really excited about. From there, we use the Amazonian Clay foundation. This is really great because if you don't want a powder foundation, but you also want a one-step foundation that's either a liquid or cream, but doesn't look like liquid or cream, this is a great thing to consider. You don't need a setting powder. It gives you that second skin-like finish. And I have been having the world's worst breakout on my chin, and that looks like it doesn't even exist. So this gets my full stamp of approval once again. I am in the light medium honey, but we've got lots of shades for you to choose on beautyiq.com, and it's $39 for the full ounce of foundation. You also get the brush, which I think this brush is $40 at retail, and it'll just be the best brush in your makeup bag. Hands down. Love it. From there, I used the Tardis Pro Glow and Blush Palette, which is also brand new. It's got a little bit of highlighter, 2 bronzers, 3 blushes in there. It's so pretty. I actually used this shade for my blush, and then obviously this for highlighter and bronzer, which you see right there. We used the Man Eater Liner, which I smoked out with just another brush, but it's got that self-sharpening lid, so you can always be super precise with your liner. And then we also use the Shape Tape, which comes with a sponge. Make sure that it's wet so that you can set it. And then we used the Double Duty Beauty Brow, which I feel like gave me a brow lift and a brow tint, and no one is upset about that. Obsessed. And then last but not least, we used Maneater for the first coat, Lights Camera Lashes for the second coat to give you that full look of a falsie. And then we used the Rosy View lipstick that actually looks like a lip gloss, which is awesome and way more convenient to use because, I don't know, I just feel like as of the age of 3, you can just put lipstick on with your eyes closed. So that's gonna wrap it up for us, but all of this brand new from Tarte, especially both of our palettes, which you guys got to see first, and we're so excited. If you wanna click on the link on Facebook, that'll take you to Makeup Monday's landing page where you can shop all of our products. And don't forget, if you wanna look back on Facebook, you can see how we recreated this look in real time. But thank you all so very much for watching. I will see you next week, and enjoy Beauty IQ, which is back and better than ever tonight at 8 p.m. Kicking it off with my beauty bestie, Elise Ivy. I will see y'all next week. Bye.